What if astrology was never meant to predict the future? What if it began as humanity's first attempt to understand the universe? Long before telescopes, science, or written history, people looked up at the night sky searching for answers. They believed the heavens held secrets that could explain life itself, beginning a journey that would shape civilizations for thousands of years. To ancient people, the sky was far more than a collection of distant stars. It was a living calendar, a sacred map, and a message from the divine. Every sunrise, every full moon, and every unusual celestial event seemed connected to the world below, creating a bond between heaven and earth that few dared to question. Our story begins in Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. More than 5,000 years ago, this fertile region became home to the world's earliest cities. Here, priests, scholars, and rulers shared one common obsession. They watched the sky with extraordinary patience, convinced that every movement carried meaning. Night after night, temple priests climbed towering ziggurats to observe the heavens. Without telescopes or modern instruments, they relied only on sharp eyes, remarkable discipline, and generations of accumulated knowledge. Their observations became some of the oldest scientific records ever created by human hands. At first, they simply recorded what they saw: the rising of bright stars, the changing phases of the moon, and the wandering paths of mysterious lights we now call planets. Over time, these careful observations revealed repeating patterns that suggested the universe followed an invisible order rather than pure chance. These discoveries changed everything. Farmers learned when to plant and harvest. Merchants planned long journeys. Kings prepared for war. The heavens became a practical guide for everyday life, proving that watching the sky was not only a spiritual practice but also a matter of survival. The Babylonians believed the universe was alive with intention. Every eclipse, every comet, and every unusual alignment was seen as a message from the gods. Nothing happened by accident. The sky spoke through symbols, and only those trained to understand them could reveal their hidden meaning. As centuries passed, thousands of observations were carefully inscribed onto clay tablets. These records preserved generations of celestial knowledge, allowing scholars to recognize cycles that unfolded over decades. Their dedication transformed simple observation into one of humanity's earliest systematic studies of the cosmos. Among all the celestial bodies, 7 stood apart: the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn appeared to move differently from the fixed stars. These wandering lights fascinated ancient observers and gradually became associated with powerful gods, each representing unique forces influencing both heaven and earth. One of the greatest discoveries was that the sun appeared to travel through a fixed path across the sky each year. Along this path lay 12 distinct constellations. Together they formed what we now recognize as the Zodiac, one of the most enduring symbols in human history. The earliest zodiac was not exactly the one we know today. It evolved slowly as Babylonian astronomers refined their observations over generations. Each constellation marked a different season, helping societies organize agriculture, religious festivals, and the passage of time with remarkable precision. Astrology was never separate from astronomy in the ancient world. Observing the heavens required mathematical skill, patience, and detailed records. The same people who searched for divine meaning also laid the foundations of scientific observation, long before these disciplines became divided. As Babylon grew into one of the greatest cities of the ancient world, its knowledge spread across neighboring civilizations. Merchants, travelers, and scholars carried celestial ideas far beyond Mesopotamia, allowing the wisdom of the stars to influence cultures separated by vast distances. In ancient Egypt, the night sky inspired a different yet equally profound vision of the universe. Priests observed the rising of Sirius to predict the annual flooding of the Nile, connecting celestial events with the rhythm of life itself. The heavens once again became a sacred clock. Egyptian temples were carefully aligned with the stars, reflecting the belief that earthly structures should mirror the divine order of the cosmos. Architecture, religion, and astronomy merged into a single expression of harmony, reinforcing the idea that humanity existed within a much larger celestial design. Centuries later, Greek philosophers encountered the astronomical knowledge preserved by Babylon and Egypt. Rather than simply adopting these traditions, they expanded them through philosophy, mathematics, and logic. Their curiosity transformed astrology into a more structured system of interpretation. Greek thinkers began asking deeper questions. Could the movements of the heavens reflect human character? Could the positions of planets at birth reveal individual potential? These ideas gradually shifted astrology from predicting kingdoms to exploring the lives of ordinary people. This transformation marked a turning point. Astrology was no longer only about the fate of empires or the decisions of kings. It became a symbolic language capable of describing personality, relationships, strengths, and challenges, making it deeply personal for the first time. As the Roman Empire expanded across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, astrology traveled with it. Emperors consulted astrologers before major decisions, while ordinary citizens sought guidance about love, health, and destiny. The stars had become part of everyday culture. Despite periods of criticism and suppression, astrology refused to disappear. Across centuries of political change, religious transformation, and scientific progress, people continued looking upward, searching for patterns that connected their personal lives with the vast universe surrounding them. During the Renaissance, interest in astrology flourished once again. Scholars rediscovered ancient manuscripts, artists filled their works with celestial symbols, and astronomers continued mapping the heavens. Even some of history's greatest scientific minds studied astrology alongside astronomy. The scientific revolution eventually separated astronomy from astrology, creating two very different paths. One focused on measuring the physical universe, while the other continued exploring symbolic meaning, psychology, and humanity's timeless search for purpose among the stars. Today, astrology inspires curiosity, debate, skepticism, and fascination around the world. Whether viewed as history, symbolism, spirituality, or personal reflection, its influence remains undeniable. Few traditions have survived for more than 5,000 years, while continuing to evolve with every generation. Understanding astrology begins long before birth charts and zodiac signs. It begins with ancient civilizations that dared to ask one of humanity's greatest questions: is there a hidden connection between the heavens above and the lives we live below? The answer has never been simple, and perhaps that is exactly why astrology continues to captivate millions of people today. In our next journey, we will travel deep into Babylon, where the first great astrologers transformed the night sky into a language that still echoes across history.